Hey everybody, Ryan McCaffrey back here on IGN with Vince McNewguy. Vince Ingenito, how goes it, my friend?
Doing well, good sir, doing well.
Well, it's hard not to be when you're playing Diablo 3. Again, this is episode 3 of our IGN Let's Play series here with Inferno difficulty on the console version of Diablo 3. We're playing the Xbox 360 version. Vince, this is the hardest difficulty in the game. Either maybe you'll never play long enough to get here, you just want to see what it's like, or maybe you are going to plan on playing this far and you want to see, get a little preview of what's in store. Tell us, I mean, you've got your Witch Doctor. Just at the very tail end of the last episode, episode 2 of this series, you hit Paragon level 1 because you've maxed out your level 60.
Yep.
And now, again, we use the analogy, compared it to prestiging in Call of Duty.
Yep.
So what happens? You hit Paragon level 1 for level 60. What do you get? What happens?
Sure. So for every there's 100 levels of Paragon. So you can go all the way up to Paragon level 100, and that's max level. And for every point, it's crazy. It's just nutty. So for every Paragon level that you reach, you gain 3% gold find and 3% magic find. So
that's barely a cost of living increase.
I know, right? Like, apparently these guys don't know what life in San Francisco is like. So we got to get on the horn. But more or less, the idea here is that as you level more and more, your magic find and gold find will eventually become quite beefy. Because like +3 to each times 100 levels. I mean,
yeah,
that's a lot of extra gold find and magic find. And of course, as we said before, and as everyone knows, everyone wants as much magic find as possible because this game is all about finding that high level loot. And with so many like juicy legendaries and set items that drop only in Inferno, you want to maximize your chances of getting your filthy mitts on them. So
did you have to use the word juicy when we're down in like a spider pit?
I know, juicy, and then I was like, Vince. Filthy mitts. I'm like creating an absolutely horrible image right now for everyone.
So we're almost literally in the bowels of Act 1 here.
Yeah, that's correct. And this is my favorite part, and by favorite part, I mean absolute least favorite part.
I had a tough time with this on the PC version.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one on the team that feels that way. Basically, if you have more than 6 legs, you're a godless killing machine and you shouldn't exist. That's kind of like my
6
theory
is the cutoff.
6 is the cutoff for me. With my
not 5.
No, not 5. 6 is the cutoff.
It's gotta be 6.
Yeah, 6. If you have 6, you're still fine. Over 6, 7, not okay.
So a double amputee spider, no problem. You're
totally
good to go. You're
totally fine.
2 legs.
And let me encourage you to never say that ever again, because now I won't be able to sleep for the rest of ever, and that's all your fault. But yeah, so this is to continue on this though, the amputee spider concept. The thing about these spiders is they actually look like they kind of only have 6 legs. So you look at it. Like the big one right here.
Look at that.
It really only has 6, so it's like it.
And those 2 little front mini.
Yeah.
Things.
So that's why I was kind of able to get through this, because I'll tell you, like, I have just quit games. Like I'll like, full disclosure, I've never beaten a Resident Evil besides 4.
Interesting.
In my life, because the second anything 8-legged and furry drops down from anywhere, I'm like, nope.
I'm out.
Nope. Now I'm done.
Yeah, what is it? Why does every role-playing game, be it an action RPG, a more traditional role-playing game, they all have to have spiders in them?
It's true, like
giant spiders.
Giant spiders. It's like just as much of a cliche as rats. It's like you just know it. Like the first mission in every single fantasy-based RPG is either going to be kill the rats in the cellar or kill the spiders in the cellar. I mean, that's just like. And when the game,
the next game is going to be kill the rat spiders, and then I'm really never going to be able to sleep again.
That's a nope rat. any rat that's related to a spider, that's a nope rat, and I'm never going to kill one of those or look for
rat
those.
Spiders. Run!
Never sleeping again. Yeah. So. Diablo 3 kind of killed me because we got out of like the first couple of hours without spiders. I'm like, maybe I'm good.
Yeah, maybe we'll get there this time.
And then I walked, and then as soon as like when you're outside, you start spiraling down that path, and you're starting to see cobwebs. I'm like, well, this is a thing that's going to happen to my brain, and it's going to be great.
Maybe at our next stopping point, Vince, we can take a real detailed look at your build specifically, your skills and your inventory. We've kind of glanced at it in the first 2 episodes, But let's really see what Inferno looks like
Absolutely.
on a character here.
Sure. So I would say that just as big a part of the build for your character in this game as your skills, it's also the big drops that you get.
Yeah.
And some of the gear choices that you make. So I think the main thing that makes my build strong is I have this combination of passives. So like I said in our previous episode, Fire Bats is kind of like, it's my main go-to for damage. It's enormously damaging. It's like a big just damage hose. It's like a cone of death that just sprays out of me. But it just takes lots of mana. So to maintain it can be difficult. But as long as I can maintain it, I'm good.
Yeah.
So the main things I have to maintain it are Grave Injustice, which basically every enemy that dies within a certain radius of me,
you get 2%.
I get back 2% of my maximum life and mana, which helps my survivability and my sustain for my mana. And then you have Gruesome Feast, which whenever I get healed by a health globe, I also gain 10% of my maximum mana, and also 10% and also a 10% buff to my intelligence, which makes my damage go up. But you see, both of them say so. This is an 8-yard radius, and that's not a lot of range. But you see, it's that radius that works within is increased by any item that increases my gold pickup radius.
Okay.
So that's where my gear comes in place. So I'm not going to go around to each individual piece of gear that I have that has that stat on it. But if you look, I'm going to scroll down to my gold pickup radius, health globe and globe radius right here, an additional 22 yards. So that makes a total of 30-yard radius around me, which is a lot. So basically, if you're in range for me to kill you with Fire Bats, I'm going to get the benefit of Grave Injustice. So if I'm just surrounded by enemies and I'm just hosing them and killing them, it's hard to see in the on my actual mana globe, but for every enemy that I kill, I'm getting ticks of mana back. And that means that for as many enemies as come to try to kill me, I'm going to have that much extra mana.
Every time you say mana, a little piece of me dies inside.
Do you want me to say mana just for you?
No.
It's like nails on a chalkboard to me, but for you...
I just want you to be you, Vince.
I don't know how to be anything else, Ryan. So yeah, that's the great thing about this build. And then just another part of the build that makes it strong is I also have this sacrifice ability, which allows me to blow up my zombie dogs.
Nice, and they do some serious
damage. Serious damage, because that 275% weapon damage, when you've got something as massive hitting as Messerschmitt's on, like that explosion is like, that's nuclear.
Well, Messerschmitt's there
level.
Is doing 1225 times...
times 200,
double it, and then
almost
275%. Yeah, almost triple that.
Almost triple that, and that's for each dog. So if I have 2 dogs out, we're talking about in an area I'm dealing like 6 times the damage of Messerschmitt's. And because of this, my Grasp of the Dead with Death is Life on there, I also have a bonus chance of generating a zombie dog when I kill something that's in the Grasp of the Dead, and then this passive Circle of Life. Within a certain radius around me, there's a chance that anything that dies also gives me another dog to work with. So I can if I kill things in the right way and I get lucky with how those rolls work out, I can just chain sacrifice, just keep blowing up
You've
dogs.
basically solved the Diablo puzzle.
Yeah,
what
totally.
You've done over the course of your, 60-plus hours you put into the game.
Absolutely.
The console version of the game. And by the way, I do find it somewhat humorous that you're using Messerschmitt's Reaver, an axe clearly intended for barbarians, on a witch doctor. I love it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's the thing about it, is that if you know what the stats do and you know how they work, it might not fit the character's theme in your head, but if you see how those stats can benefit, your build and how you can exploit them to make something that feels kind of broken, then do it. And that's kind of the fun of action RPGs, is like, and even Jay Wilson, who was the director originally on the PC version of Diablo 3, in an interview, that's one of the things he said. We do want the players to. What part of the fun of these games is gaming the system and feeling like you figure something out that you weren't supposed to figure out, and creating something that feels broken and overpowered. Like, that's fun. That's what makes games fun, is feeling like you're.
Yeah, because again, you've put in the time, and now you reap the reward of that.
Yeah, you put in the time, and you have you're crafty enough to understand the system, and you apply all that understanding, and you end up with something where it's just you're just giggling all over everything that the game throws at you, and you feel great. But that's something I wanted to get to, though, counteracting that, because we have a few times kind of pointed out here how like I'm basically steamrolling this game right now.
Yeah, you are not really threatened much.
No. And you know, if we want to, the nice thing about that is if you get lucky with a nice drop like I did with Messerschmitt's, and you figure out like the perfect application for it to create a really strong build, and you feel like you're just having too much of a steamroll, because that can be not fun. Yeah. Hey,
crank up your monster level, monster power, right?
You can crank up your monster power. Like right now, we're at hard difficulty, the hard sub difficulty, which makes it, I think, essentially equivalent to monster level, monster power 4. I can tell you right now, if I go to Master 1, not only is everyone going to have more hit points and hit harder, but there's also going to be bigger waves of enemies.
Right.
And I can tell you right now that if I cranked up to Master Level 1, this would be an entirely different story. I mean, I would still be getting through.
Well, can we do it right from here? Or do we need to...
We can jump back out and do it. It would reset my... so this is the same as in the PC version. If you do decide you want to change the monster power, you do have to start again from the most current checkpoint.
All right.
So
well, maybe for our 4th video,
yeah,
we
there you
can
go.
Really crank it up.
Yeah, there you go. We'll crank it up, and
our
we can
4th
show
and
people.
Final episode.
Yeah, we can show
that
people
was
the difference.
Nice.
Yeah, I love. Sacrifice is so satisfying when you hit it just perfectly, and you see like already I have one zombie dog back. Like you know, that's just the beauty of this setup. You know, if I got lucky enough with that, I could just keep sacrificing and sacrificing and sacrificing. I'm trying to find where the Spider Queen is so I can kill her dead like all spiders deserve.
I agree.
How are we doing on time?
Right track. Oh, we are. I think we've still got a few more minutes here for this episode.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got about 3 minutes.
Let's see. Let's play find the. This is part of Diablo 2 is like let's find the next place to go. I think up here where we started actually might be where I have to.
Hilariously.
Yes, hilariously might be where I have to.
Because nothing makes for a better video than just wandering aimlessly through a dungeon, through a cleared out dungeon. At least we got a few spiders here to occupy your time.
Let's see if I can. Oh, actually no. Look at this. We're actually right here.
Excellent.
Perfect.
The random dungeon gods have smiled upon us for the purposes of this video.
Come on, getting closer.
You can turn off the damage counters and stuff if you want.
You can.
Right?
I like having them because I feel like it makes me feel
empowering,
powerful.
right?
It feels powerful. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Let's. I think we've got just enough time to smite this 8-legged beast before we have to end this episode.
If this goes anything like any of the other boss fights that I've played with this build, this should be pretty good. It should be pretty fun.
There she is.
Here's the first question: can she actually damage me? Well, right now she's fighting my buddy. Okay, she actually did some damage.
Shot. You took a shot.
I took a legitimate shot. You can see my life going up pretty.
Really,
pretty nice clip.
Oh, another shot.
Yeah, every time she hits me with a shot, I lose about half my life. Okay.
Yeah, as she is wont to do. She's back.
Let's get back some mana. Don't run. Don't run, girl.
just want to be friends.
Don't run. I just want to introduce you to my buddies. You got spiders. I got bats.
This time my enemies shared my dread.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing like that kind of thing with my character. I was like, yo, I'm afraid of spiders. I'm gonna do a spider build. I'm gonna base my build off of like
your
corpse
fear.
spiders, and exactly, I'm gonna Batman this. I'm just gonna like embody what I'm afraid of. But that didn't work out.
Then you realized that you wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Then I realized that I'm not Bruce Wayne and I can't do it. Yeah, just look at her health. Just look at her just
steadily
melt.
And
this is the power of Messerschmitt's, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I
Loot
love the
explosion.
gold explosion, the loot explosion. Grab your gear, Vince, and that'll bring us very naturally to the end of episode 3 here of our IGN Let's Play series on Diablo 3 Inferno difficulty here on the console version. So we'll be back. We got at least one more episode, and then if these do crazy traffic, if people like these, we can definitely do some more.
Oh, I'd love to.
But in the meantime, for all things Diablo 3, you're already in the right place, IGN.